What's up, broskies? It's elementface here, and I am bringing you part 3 of my Doom 3 Let's Play. Just a real quick announcement, the EFCR world is on its way. I'm getting ready to edit it, and I would like to do a fan mail video. So please send fan mail to my Facebook account. If you don't have my Facebook account added, a link to it is in the description. So please, send me some fan mail. In the last episode, we went through the underground tunnels, and we went through a whole bunch of other shit that was real. Holy crap! Okay, anyway, I think for the rest of the series, I'm going to bounce back and forth between live commentary and post-added commentary, such as this one. I kind of like that style. But anyway, I wanted to talk about something really serious in this video. Something that has recently affected me, and that's suicide, and to the lesser extreme, self-mutilation. For those of you who don't know what suicide is the act of taking your own life. And for those of you who don't know what self-mutilation is, it is the act of harming yourself in any way, usually through means of cutting, burning, or chemical burning, in order to psychologically punish yourself. This is a really big issue because if you mutilate yourself, you could accidentally kill yourself, and if you kill yourself, it's something you can't go back on. This recently affected me because one of Penguin's friends threatened to hurt himself. And the reason I want to talk about it is because I felt like she handled it in the completely wrong way. So I want to share with you guys, you know, what you should do if you talk to somebody who says they want to do this, either of these things, or what you should do if you feel like you want to do either of those things. I'm going to talk about what you should do if you feel like you want to do one of those things first. First off, know that it is not the right choice to do either of those. It is not the right choice to kill yourself, and it's not the right choice to hurt yourself. It doesn't solve anything. One of the most common justifications is, if I kill myself, I won't be a bother anymore. Well, I can tell you that's not true. If you kill yourself, you make it worse for everybody. From an emotional, a mental, and a legal standpoint. If you're a child and you kill yourself, your parents are going to get in very big trouble for it. And it's going to place a huge financial burden on them. And if you happen to be an adult and other people depend on you, such as children or a spouse, then how are they going to support themselves? Because most life insurance companies, they won't pay out if you commit suicide. Life insurance companies don't cover suicides. So now they're left dangling in the wind. So if your thought is the world will be better without you, that's not the truth. The world won't be better because killing yourself makes it worse. For a lot of reasons. And if you ever feel like mutilating yourself, you need to know the dangers of it and why it feels good when you do it. It feels good when you hurt yourself because when the body sustains an injury, it releases chemicals to heal the injury. Well, the chemicals have a small side effect in which they cause very minor euphoria. It's kind of like a drug addiction. If you cut yourself, you cause an injury. But the injury healing makes you feel good. But then you don't feel good anymore, so you cut yourself again. It's a vicious cycle that you go through over and over again. You should never start from the beginning. If you feel like you need to do it to punish yourself, don't. Because the only person who should punish you is the world. And by that I mean, you know, it's not your responsibility to make sure that you get an F if you don't do the work. That's your teacher's responsibility. It's not your responsibility to ground yourself if you do something wrong. That's your parents' job. Your job as a person is to make yourself better and to fix what you're doing wrong. If you are not doing your work, it's not your job to punish yourself and give yourself an F. No, it's your job to do better. It's not your job to punish yourself. So don't do it. And there are inherent dangers of harming yourself. You can accidentally cut too deep and cut vital veins, organs, if you're cutting in the torso of the body. You can cause major infections. And again, back to the people around you. You can cause big problems for people around you if you do that kind of thing. It's irresponsible. It's stupid. You shouldn't do it. And if you're doing it with something other than blades, if you're using lighters, if you're using chemicals, if you're using lighters, burns get infected extremely easy. And it's not cheap to heal infections. It's not. So now you've placed a financial burden on somebody else, quite possibly. And now everybody around you is wondering what they're doing wrong, what they could have done. I know I felt this way with my friends who have felt this way. But the biggest thing that I want to hit home for anybody who feels like they're in this situation, for anybody who feels like they need to do this to themselves, either of these things, is get help. Get help. Talk to somebody. I know the biggest reason why somebody doesn't want to talk to somebody is they're afraid they'll feel like they're crazy. And I can tell you that those feelings alone don't make you crazy.
Dr. Markasian.
You aren't disconnected from reality. You don't have psychosis.
Admitted after complaining of
so legally,
nausea.
You're not insane.
The nurse, Mr. Wills, was calm and
you're not crazy, and you're not the first person to feel this way.
However, by the time I reached
which is why it's important you seek help, because you will meet other people who either do or have felt that way. I can tell you, there was a time in my life where I both felt like suicide and self-mutilation were the best options, and they weren't. They didn't solve anything. When my mom saw the scars on me from where I cut myself, it hurt her. It didn't solve anything. And when I thought about killing myself, it didn't make anybody happy. And if I would have killed myself, nobody would have been happy. It wouldn't have made the world better without me.
In response to this assault, all medical supplies
so if you feel this way, talk to somebody. You aren't crazy. You aren't wrong to feel that way, but you are wrong to act on that feeling. If you do harm yourself, if you do kill yourself, you made the wrong choice. But if you feel that way, there is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with feeling that way. But the point of getting help is to keep you from feeling that way and to keep you from making the wrong choice. That's the important part, is that you talk to somebody. And somebody could be anybody. Preferably somebody who would most likely be able to provide help, such as your parents, a school counselor, your job supervisor will know how to handle it. You know, talk to somebody, anybody. I am a strong believer in the idea that it is society's job to protect itself from suicide and self-mutilation. So please, just talk to somebody. Now, for those of you who maybe have never felt this way, but have met people who have, here's what you can do to help. First off, if you suspect somebody is harming themselves, or is thinking about harming themselves, or plans on killing themselves, or has been thinking about it, ask them about it. The biggest thing is to not be afraid that you give them the idea, because the point is they will either come to the idea themselves or they didn't have it in the first place. So don't be afraid about giving them the idea. And then once you ask them about it, or they come to you wanting to talk about it, listen to them. Most of the time, people feel this way because they just want their feelings justified. They want to know that what they're feeling is normal and that, more importantly, other people care. I can tell from personal experience. I just wanted to feel like somebody cared. So try really hard to care. Don't act like you care. Try to care. And then the next thing you should do is you should say, I'm sorry that you feel this way, but what you need to do is you need to talk to somebody who can help you, a counselor or a teacher. And if you don't, I'll do it for you. Most importantly, never, ever promise a person that you won't contact somebody else if the person takes a step further. Never promise that. If somebody asks you to promise them not to tell anybody, you do not promise. Tell them, I won't tell anybody as long as you do. Give them the choice. And if they make the wrong choice, make the right choice for them. So, if any of you have any questions, feel free to ask. I don't have any problems answering questions about this subject matter. So, again, if you feel like you need to hurt yourself or you need to kill yourself, don't. It's not worth it for anybody, including yourself. And talk to somebody. If you have nobody to talk to, you can talk to me. I'll help you, because I do have training in this field. So, once again, this is a very serious matter, and I just felt like you guys needed to know about it because not enough people do. So, my name's elementface. I'll see you later, broskies.